Today is April 16th, 2011. I'm Karen Perrone. I'm interviewing Janet Baylis, who works at Patchogue Medford Public Library on Long Island. And Janet, you want to tell us what you do there?
I am presently the head of technical services and automation. I've worked there for over 30 years and have moved up from part-time reference to full-time, and then from reference department to technical services.
Okay. And when did your library become an innovative library?
We became innovative back in 1989. We started with the InnoVac, and we had acquisitions and serials to begin.
Okay. And when did you become involved with the IUG, and how?
Once I became head of tech services, our director was, who had chosen the innovative system. We were a standalone library within our county. Our director was very, very interested in innovative and the whole formation of the IUG, and she was the one who encouraged me to participate.
Okay. And how many IUGs have you attended?
I've attended, I'm happy to say, all 19, and I'm very, very grateful.
What do you think is the biggest thing that you've gotten out of it, and why have you attended 19 of them?
I think the IUG is all about sharing. It's about meeting other people, finding out what works and what doesn't work, and also hearing from Innovative, the company itself, knowing what's on the horizon and what we can look forward to.
Is there one IUG that stands out over all the others, or just tell us some of your memorable experiences?
Well, the first one at the Claremont, when we public librarians were part of a Birds of a Feather group, because the academics were certainly in the majority, and we became a Birds of a Feather, and that's how the public libraries really got started. I think one of the most memorable ones was when you, Karen, became the chair of the IUG. To have a public librarian as the chair, well, we were so proud, and we still are.
Well, thank you. I know you were in Nashville.
Yes.
Do you have any memories of the Nashville experience?
I loved the Grand Ole Opry. I thought that was...
Once we got there.
Once we got there, yes. I think that was just a marvelous experience. And just looking over the list of where the conference has been, it's extraordinary. Each one is so unique. I'm happy to say that I have learned something at each and every conference, and maybe that's one of the main reasons I keep coming back, because there's always something to learn when you think out of the box.
That's for sure. How do you think the IUG and Innovative work together to put these conferences on? Do you feel like there's a good synergy going there, or?
Excellent. I think from my point of view, I see a great deal of cooperation, and it just wouldn't be possible without Innovative, their support, their staff, their materials, their funding, all of their contributions. So important.
Okay. Tell us how IUG has impacted your career.
More than my career, it's impacted me personally because of some of the friends that I've made through the years. There's nothing better than networking, and finding out somebody's name and number in another library that you can just pick up the phone and call that person. Oh, wait a minute, you mentioned you are doing such and such. Can you tell me how that works? Can you tell me what not to do? I remember that was so important with the electronic invoice way back when we started with the EBSCO electronic invoice. I learned from other law librarians at the IUG how to set it up and what to do and what not to do. So I would say it's all the things that I've learned at the IUGs that have helped me along the way.
Have you been involved with any committees in the group or the forums?
I've been a functional expert in acquisitions for 3 years. I've participated in the program of the registration committee. I've helped with the public library luncheon. Other than that, I have not been involved, except I'm one of those who's a real goody-goody. I attend the programs. I go to the programs and I try and go to something for each of my departments in the library so I could tell them what's coming.
Are you the only one from your library that
Yes,
comes?
all 19 years. I've been the only one, and many times it's very difficult to choose. Should I go to this or should I go to that?
Definitely. Your involvement with the public library segment of the IUG, how has that changed over the years from the original Birds of a Feather when there were how many people?
Oh, we were just a handful. Well, certainly it's grown. Certainly Innovative has been much more responsive to the public library sector because we've grown in numbers, and then we've grown as far as consortia joining the IUG. So not only do you have a public library forum at most meetings, you have a public library consortia meeting. And I think Innovative is very much aware of the public libraries and the consortia, because any new product that comes out, the first question asked is, can a consortia use this?
And there are, 2 consortia now on Long Island?
Yes, there are. One in Suffolk County and the other one in Nassau County. We went from a standalone library, being one of the first innovative libraries on Long Island, and then joining the consortia because we were the central library of the county, and it was really publicly, it really was just the right thing to do, politically correct, by joining the consortia. But I have to say, it's made my life a lot easier.
Can you tell us why you think the IUG has thrived over the years?
I think because it's, as I said at the beginning, it's sharing. It's people to people. And you just can't get that from reading a book or reading an article, but talking to people, meeting people whose names you've seen on the listserv. How wonderful is that? And being able to thank people for their answer on the listserv. It's just a sharing of knowledge that I think is so important and will thrive forever.
Do you think down the road, if they start doing streaming of sessions, do you think that might affect the dynamics of the group?
Very much so. I do. I think there's nothing like face-to-face and in person. I understand with budgets the way they are that maybe streaming is the way to go, but there's nothing like face-to-face.
That's true. Do you think the IUG is still relevant?
Very much so. Again, sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And we really depend on Innovative to tell us what's coming, and this way it helps us make better decisions in our library for the future.
That's great. You said you were a functional expert.
Mm-hmm.
Which module is that?
Acquisitions.
Acquisitions.
Yes.
And so you've been involved with the enhancements process through the years.
Oh, yes.
How has it changed, or would you recommend anything that they could do to make it better?
No, I think they're doing, I give those, the enhancement committee such praise, because everybody has suggestions. Oh, why can't they do this? Why can't they do that? But this committee is just unbelievable when you think of the number of IUG members and just dealing with all the possible enhancements. What I loved about it was finding out what's possible right now, something that I thought, oh, I wish Innovative could do such and such. Well, I learned, you know what? You can do it. Well, sometimes you have to send it in as an enhancement, and then somebody, one of the functional experts, will tell you, you know what? You can do it. And that's great.
If you were to come up with one suggestion for the IUG to make it better, what could it be?
I don't think I have any ways, because I think it's great the way it is. I think people have to come to the IUG with an open mind and not just stick with the same people that they work with. I think at first I thought, oh my goodness, I have no one else from my library, but it forced me to look beyond my library and to meet other people, to go out to lunch, to go out to dinner with other people. So I think people just have to realize that that's where you learn the most.
Very good advice. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Any other memories or thoughts that you can come up with?
I don't think so. As I said, I'm very, very grateful to have attended all 19. I thought that fashion show that you put on back in the 10th anniversary was so much fun. We Long Island gals just loved to participate in that. And I thank you so much for finding a way to preserve our history.
Well, we're very glad that we're able to do this, and thank you for participating with us.
Thank you very much.
Okay.